life. You know what I'm saying? From beatings, bro. So now the thing in my head, I'm like, yo, bro, the homie AD just protected him, held him down. Why he just don't jump on community, make some bread with them? Does he think that Adam is gonna be more with? Like all this stuff is confusing me. And I've been watching Adam 22 No Jumper before my son got on the show. You know what I'm saying? And now the pedophile guys, they came and tried to expose Adam, and this guy Flakko shut the live off.
Wait, hold on, no, wait. I'm glad you brought that up. Yo, Flakko, how mad was Adam at you? Because I don't know why you would like. I know you're smarter than you tried to put out there. Why would you invite some nigga named the Perv Buster to Adam's platform? The Perv Buster, bro.
Sure, right. Here, right, sure, right. So
what did Adam say to you?
Let me just
go ahead.
Yeah, right. So let me just address in his first point of why not go on community, right? So, and here's all when I say, right, bro, it's really hard to have these conversations with remedial people, right? Because if you're telling me why don't you go on community and leave no jumper in, you have no knowledge as to what was offered, what wasn't offered, and you just say, why don't you leave no jumper and go to community, and don't even have any know-how whether or not community even offer Flakko to come on, right?
All right, hold on, Flakko, I'm asking you, did you get an offer from community to leave no jumper?
No.
Would you have entertained an offer?
He lying.
Wait,
I know the real. I'm in the streets. Yo, Flakko.
No, wait, hold on. I want to ask him direct questions. I want to ask him direct questions. So you never got an offer. Wait, did you ever get an offer or no?
No.
Okay. Right. Were you down to entertain an offer?
Now no.
What do you mean now no? Explain.
Right. So in terms of and Duno, AD, T-Rail, and them was leaving, right? Because they feel one, we don't feel valued, right? Feel me? So we are leaving, right? And they have built their own community, right? By themselves. If I'm entering into that community, I'm entering in one as the weakest platform, you feel me? As a liability, right? And at the very core of it, bro, is about loyalty, right? When Adam discovered me, and I was a nigga who was in North Dakota with 19,000 subscribers, right? Which nobody knew, you feel me? And nobody fucked with me. And if he fucked with me first and gave me my opportunity, bro, I'm not about to turn my back on that man while he's fighting fucking crisis right now, nigga. Right? Bro, listen, if I would have left Adam right now while he's fighting this fucking crisis, nigga, I would have felt like a piece of motherfucking shit, bro.
Oh no! Swing. Give me a couple minutes. That's a good point, and I understand that. Now, I'm going to juxtapose how you're feeling to how AD's feeling. Because a lot of people believe AD is been moving off loyalty, right? What was your thoughts? Because AD has been having a public realization that Adam removing him from a show and also probably saying, hey, you have community going on, but it's kind of a competitor to what we have going on. That's a business move. AD kept saying loyalty, friendship. You're saying the same thing as an early AD. AD was saying early on, I would jump in front of people who would try to hurt Adam because of loyalty until I couldn't do it anymore because I realized that's not how he sees things. How did you view the whole AD and T-Rel thing? Because they've basically expressed to say, hey, we stayed at no jumper. We were riding for no jumper out of loyalty. We don't feel like Adam valued loyalty the same way we did. What do you think? You clearly said he discovered you. He gave you a chance. That's why you're operating out of loyalty. But do you take any type of heed to say, well, the guys who've been there longer than me, who helped build it more than me, They have said they've realized he doesn't have that loyalty that now I'm riding for. What do you think about that?
Yeah, bro, definitely, right? So, one, bro, like, I think that AD and T-Rail had very valid opinions and very valid reasons to feel that way, right? And those guys are my fucking brothers right now, right? So I would never go against nothing they're saying, right? So again, so they have every right to feel that way. Now, in terms of like whether or not like I'm taking heed and viewing Adam in a different light, bro. Listen, like one, in their situation, it does not change my view and opinion and of Adam, right? Because again, like,
okay, so let me ask you the question directly. Their opinion is clearly this, and if I'm misstating it, people could point it out, or they could say, "Act, we never said that." They believe that their loyalty to Adam was not matched by Adam's loyalty to them. Do you believe that your loyalty as your state now to Adam, for anything he's done for you, do you believe that it will be eventually, and we can only know with time, will it be matched by him?
Yeah, right. So one, I definitely hope so. I think so, right? You know, okay. I'm confident it will be, right? Because think about this, right? Look, bro, right? So look, when I hop off the plane, right? You know, like my first, like, let's say my first like month there, right? Like, bro, like I was just a social media guy, right? Meaning like I like had very limited experience in on camera, right? And Josh came to me and said, "Yo, listen, we feel like, bro, like you are gonna be a very valuable piece one day, right? Right, like, you know, like we value here, bro, and like we want you here." And they handed me a contract, right? Akademiks, bro. I look at that contract, yo, and deep down inside, I didn't feel like I was worth the amount of money they was offering me already, right? So when I see, yo, like these guys are taking this much risk in me for offering me this amount of money, bruh, right? So when I see like, yo, like, and they believed in me before I believed in like myself, bro, I always have to rock with them, right? Because if these niggas took that amount of risk in me before I seen it in myself, I can only imagine, bro, that they probably have my best interest at heart. But my experience does not take away from AD and T-Rail.
Wait, I hate to cut you off. And, sure. and it's fine. I know you probably won't answer this. I gotta know how much money this was.
Come on, act like
no. Just a ballpark. Hold on. It's just a ballpark because, like, the way you're making it sound is like, yo, bro, either you're making it sound like you just didn't have a belief in yourself, and Adam made you believe that you could be a person that anybody would care about, which that's valued a lot. But you know what I mean? Or maybe he just wasn't making money. It's confusing me. But you don't have to say the amount. But any ballpark?
Definitely not, right? But look, act like when I came here, I had like 19,000 subs, right? So like, bro, I was brand new, right? And bro, and I was barely even on camera. No fans and knew who I was like that, right? And they offered me a substantial contract, right? Where I said, damn, bro, like, if these niggas actually, like, believe that I'm gonna, like, feel me, you know, like, live up to this shit, right? And, you know, once I seen, bro, like, the amount of dedication and investment that they made in me, bro, I gotta always give them the benefit of the doubt when it comes to me and them personal interactions, bro, because no nigga and who has any type of goal or interest in fucking you over is gonna like invest in you when you personally felt like, bruh, I'm being offered too much right now.
All right, hold on. Wait. My last question, and then anybody else could jump in. I just have to know for my own sanity. Just give me an over under 100,000 ounces per year. At that point,
listen. I'm never discussing, you feel me, any amount, man.
No, hold on. Yeah. I'm gonna tell you the reason I'm asking that.
Sure.
And obviously you're not gonna say how much, but I'm like, I study this YouTube shit so much. I know the next you before you. Like, I see a nigga right now who's you. You get what I mean? I didn't know your name by like name value, but I saw you. I see everything.
Yeah.
I'm saying, so now I'm thinking, how much money do you have to give that nigga? Because I'm putting against myself. Because I remember, and I'll tell you the exact figure. But I was much bigger than you at that point because I probably had, did I have $1 million? I don't know if I had $1 million. Q came to me and Q wanted me to do World Star News. Q offered me $250,000 a year. I don't think I was making $250,000 a year based on what I was doing. But I said to myself, I'm not trying to build World Star. I'm trying to beat World Star. I never said that to him, but that's what I thought. I can't join World Star and beat it. And I took that as a sign. But $250,000 was a lot of money. And by the way, that was back then. So that's what I'm thinking about. I'm like, what the fuck were you offered? That you were like, yo, fuck, this nigga believe in me. Because I ain't gonna lie, if Q had came, and here's the thing about money too. If Q had came and said, Ak, $1 million, oh my God. I don't know if I would have said no. Because at that point, making $1 million, like I was always a math guy. I was looking at like, yo, most people work a job with average income. Let's say you get up to like $70,000, $80,000. It takes 10 to 15 years to make $1 million. Probably 20 to 25 if we're going to talk about without taxes. If you could make $1 million per year, that's what people would take 20 years to make. I was so new. YouTube is going down all the time. I believe in myself, but I don't know. I would have $1 million if Q offered that. Maybe. So that's the only reason I ask. You don't got to tell me. But
yo,
go ahead.
Wait, right? But Ak, right? Know what's crazy, right? Ak is like, I kind of had like a similar in mindset. Right? For example, right, Ak, if you would have offered me like a job, right? I probably would have said no because because it's kind of because it's kind of like
because you're not white.
No, bro, that just sounds stupid, right? No, listen, right. So look, I looked at No Jumper like a network, right? As if they were doing something, you feel me, like just entirely different, right? Now, if I'm already being compared to Ak, and then I come under Ak's wing, I personally feel like I probably would not have taken that because, again, bro, like that's just me just like fucking myself over, right? So that's why, like, I guess I, was more open to like No Jumper. You feel me?
Hold on. I'm glad you said that point. I just want to say this, and I'm gonna respectfully disagree.
Yeah.
I believe, now let's not talk about money and nothing like that. I believe if I say you're my prodigy, you're 40 times bigger than you are. My nigga, you're on Adam's platform with 10 other niggas. I've never really said you are doing the news in your own way. If I say, I don't do the news every day anymore, but here's the new guy who's gonna do it, you're 40 times. I can't even imagine that you would think otherwise. Now, granted, that hasn't been what I've done, but what I'm saying is that, not to bring what Swiggy Giovanni said, but like, bro, maybe it's the operation that was more enticing to you. Like, oh shit, they already have the brand of No Jumper. We already see mad other people that have been working there. But I guarantee you right now, and I'm at the point to look for that. If I say this is the new hip hop news guy, I guarantee it. I'll even take a bet with anyone. If throughout this year, there's a few people I'm looking at. If I stand and I say, this is the nigga, I promise you, that nigga will do more numbers than everybody at No Jumper or anybody else, period. Just think about it. It's like, it's a reason why every NBA team is holding out to see what LeBron's finna do. LeBron said he might go to some random team to play with his son. You get what I mean? And not trying to like bring up no son shit. It's like, it's impossible for you to, like, they're comparing you to me. It's impossible for you to go elsewhere and even compare to me rather than be the. It's like Cardi. It's like Playboy Cardi. Best example. Playboy Cardi hit me and says, "Act, I'm starting to put my hand around and mentor these new guys. All of the new guys who they want to say is like me. No, yeah, they're like me a little bit. They drew some inspiration, but I'm going to help them get their own sauce and they're going to be bigger. Or they're going to be big in their own way. You can't be the Cardi. You can't be a Cardi clone, not with Cardi.
Yo,
So,
right? And you know what I felt like, right, Ak? Right? Yeah. It is like at that time, bro, like for example, man, like right now, bro, I feel like I've definitely like in terms of like the content I'm creating, I've definitely like stepped out of like your shadow and stepped into like my own lane, right? But bro, like 9 months ago, right, bro? Like I was at a point where, bro, niggas say, "Yo, bro, like this is like the fucking carbon copy, right?" If I would have had that exact same like model content wise, you feel me, right? And then come on to you, bro, I would have been called all type of stooge, peon, dick rodder, right? Like.
That's actually not true. I'm gonna tell you why it's not true.
Have one instance.
So you say you have to get called coon and suck Adam?
No. Wait. Yeah, wait. Give me 1 second.
Like you just jelly at this point, my nigga.
Wait.
I'm not gonna lie.
Wait, hold on.
Like you're making no sense
right
right
now,
nigga.
Yo, give me 1 second.
You doing your thing.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm gonna tell you why that's not true. Because when people wanted me to quote unquote hate or just diss you or whatever, and at first when I was very first asked about you was from Adam. And I said, yo, you doing this thing, that's kind of cool. Like, yo, I'm going to let him find himself. You know who are bringing that up the most? And this will always happens. I've been around this internet shit for a while. It's your own support. It's chat niggas. Like, chat niggas want anybody who step in the same square as me for me to violate them. You get what I mean? Now, granted, if I say, nah, this is my man's, like, I fuck with him, they're going to fuck with you. Like, I'm not saying they have to, but like, they're like, oh, he fuck with him. They clearly have something rather than, because everybody who has grown up to watch me, they're going to be like, they feel like people will be stealing. If I'm saying, nah, it's not stealing, that's gang. They're going to be like, oh, okay, it makes sense. You know what I mean? Whatever. But anyway, that's a difference of opinion. That's cool either way. Okay.
Hey,
oh, who was jumping in? Go ahead.
This is Mo Facts again. I had logged off, but I had to call back in because this is specifically what I'm talking about.
Go ahead.
How a white man picked ADOS, you know what I'm saying, against AD being ADOS against immigrant blacks.
Break it down.
He basically brought Flakko in as the replacement for AD beforehand. Adam 22 is trying to pivot to the conservative media. Going over to Rumble, they saw the bad. Crowder was getting $50 million. A lot of people switching their platform. He said, I need a more palatable black face, which that's being Flakko. No disrespect to Flakko. But the problem is Flakko has more loyalty to Adam 22 than he does to AD, because he looks at it like he said himself, look at me. He brought me here. I was nobody. He gave me this opportunity. What's wrong with y'all Negroes? This is the same thing that happens between native blacks here in America and when they bring immigrants in. And then what happens? We're sitting here fighting each other while Adam 22 is getting richer. And that's why I called back in, because this is a perfect microcosm of what happens. They keep us fighting. And then the immigrants look at us like, you had it so good. Why would you bite Master's hand? But we're like, bro, we have a long relationship with these people, and I have reason for distrust. And I just want to say that because this is a perfect example about what we were talking about before.
Bro, can I respond back to that, right? So, bro, there are various personalities with different things to offer in Adam Jumper, right? So I don't even think that you can even, right? Like, I don't think that you can even intellectualize me like being brought in as a AD replacement, right? Because we just do two different things. You feel me? He's just like, bro, he's like he's the nigga out here, right? And he just does an entirely different thing. You feel me, right?
That was his point. Just letting you know.
No, right? And his point was that like he brought me in to take AD's place. I don't feel like I could take AD's place. Hey, look.
Let me
and on the Tuesday show, on at the end of the day,
clarify so you understand me completely. All Adam 22 needs is another black face. That's it. And that's what I mean. Not skill level, knowledge base, what target audience, none of that. He needs to say, look, when people tune in, there's just as many black faces that are here now that it was. I'm not saying you replacing him on what your target audience is. He wanted somebody when he pivots, it's still black faces around here, but their message is different. And like I said, I've been following this whole situation closely. You know, he got rid of House Phone, he got rid of AD, all of them. He basically pushed them on the ledge with this whole bringing on the white supremacists because he knew either you're going to bow down or you're going to leave. And that's what most of the
Question for you, brother. Question for you,
ADOS
brother.
Foundation of Blacks did. I'll turn it back over.
No. Question for you, right? So, why do people say this is like a steep pivot when, bro, like back in like what 2016, 2017, Adam interviewed, I think Milo Yiannopoulos, right? You feel me? Like who is in the same elk as like Richard Spencer? You feel me? Right? So like, if you know, like No Jumper has been doing these like political interviews, why now is like a different, you know, like a different view of it?
But they haven't because it's been since 2016 since you've had somebody like that. Like you guys don't, and I didn't come out here to yell at you or shade you, but you guys don't interview people like that. That's not the normal elk for you. You guys interview porn stars, pimps, shit like that. Like we don't see you interviewing people of that level.
Basically,
What
the
level though?
question was posed to me, and basically answered the lack of the fact it was 7 years between the two interviews you're talking about. But you have to understand, as an ADOS FBA person, I'm going to ask you, Flacco, this: if him and AD had a longer relationship than you and him have, why is it that you think you can trust him with seeing how he did AD House Phone and everybody else? You know, this is at the core of the ADOS FBA immigrant argument because it's like, how can y'all come here have so much trust in these people that we've been dealing with since we've been living here this whole time? And that's why the distrust happens between they're saying the native blacks and the immigrants because y'all think we just take the opportunity and run with it when we understand white supremacy is going to only have a certain amount of spots available. Just like at No Jumper, there's a certain amount of spots available. He's going to have white spots and black spots. And he's like, I got rid of 2 blacks. I'm going to bring in 2 blacks. But he's still going to have a certain number of white faces over there. Trust me.
Hey, hold on.
So this
Hey,
is
hold
like
on.
I'm saying.
Wait, hold on. Mo facts. And by the way, save that thought, Flacco, because I'm definitely going to respond. I'm going to definitely respond. Okay, I'm going to say something, and I'm going to be very honest about this. And I have a whole theory about this, which I haven't ever got into, and I won't get into the majority of it because, you know, my perspective might be skewed on maybe my own biases, so I just kind of chill back. Flacco, let me tell you this, and this is my own personal belief. I'm going to say this to you live. You don't even have to react to this live. You can watch this back, and I want you to think about this. Let me tell you this. I've heard your opinions on things, whether you're talking about gang culture, hip hop, violence, and crime. I know your opinions and your stance on this. Adam has hired a bunch of gangbangers and a bunch of other people who don't believe what you believe. I believe part of the reason why you've always received favor from No Jumper is because Adam believes your thought pattern aligns more with what he wants to push. You are the person who would more likely to see the silver lining between Richard Spencer being on the platform as opposed to AD, T-Rail, even Gino. That's his thing. The reason why I don't believe Adam looks at you and Adam says, oh no, let me tell you this, and you probably read it too. I'll be on every Reddit. The No Jumper Reddit used to fucking hate your guts. They were saying, why don't this thing get fired? You know, I think that didn't happen because I think there was a close point. I think Adam was waiting for a point for me to kick you, like in the sense of like, remember when me and you had like words for a second? I'm gonna be honest, I got all but confirmation you were done. obviously I'm not the guy who like I'm glad that you like you are necessary. Like you're necessary in conversation. You're necessary. Everybody's necessary. What I believe is that your entire existence and why you've gotten some favor isn't because of some leverage you hold. Not disrespecting the platform you probably do have and created for yourself. It's because of a lot of your views that align with Adam. Adam, it's the reason why Adam has allowed you to kick people off shows. Gina and the rest of them, even Almighty Suspect, not as valuable as you. But it's not because of your draw. No disrespect. It's because you're in line with a lot of the opinions and thoughts that he wants to pivot in. I'm not saying it's bad or good, but that has allowed you, like, you might not realize this. I guarantee if I sat alone with Almighty Suspect or Gina, they're going to be like, why the fuck does Adam fuck with this nigga so much? I promise you. It's not about views and what you pull, because you know who pulled the most shit over there? T-Rail. And Adam is still saying, T-Rail left. I'm okay. Huh? So it's not about views. It's about where he wants to pivot to. You fall in line, and you are representative of the opinions that he's trying to move towards. Not saying it's good or bad, but I hope you understand that. Adam, right? I believe, fell into this whole gangbanger shit, not because he wanted to, but because of the nature of building a business in LA. Adam finally realized, and by the way, you don't think he's stressing over this? He realized, I don't need that shit no more. I could phase out of it. But who fits this into his current way he's always shifted to? You. That's not a bad thing. That's not, I'm not saying you're bootlicking or nothing like that. I'm saying I hope you acknowledge you have to acknowledge, how does your employer see you? Or let me not say employer, because everybody hates this word employee. How does Adam see you, and what's your relationship? Does that make a little bit sense or no?
Here, bro. So here's the one thing that I guess, like, it does make sense, but here's where I give, like, some pushback, right?
Go ahead.
In terms of he favors you more than others, yo, like, anybody who I guess is like, you know, like is inside the building or like understand, like, you know, like how certain things work and who right, and like who's close with who, like, is laughable to say that I have the most favor, because that's not true at all. You feel me? Like, meaning like you know, if you just and just view it from an inside lens, like, you can clearly see is like, I'm definitely not the most favored. You feel me? Right? Like, there are certainly people who've been there longer, who probably, you know, have built closer bonds. Right? You feel me? You know, who at some point, you know, and have more favor, right? So I wouldn't say that I have the most favor act.
Yo, yeah, Flakko. I'm giving it to you so real, and trust me, there's nothing against you. I promise you, bro. As I said, don't, like, you don't have to react visceral in the moment. Think about it later. Flakko, with all due respect, I think you're from Idaho or Ohio. I don't even know where you're from, brother, but you're a guy with a huge stutter. That's a huge, big red flag when it comes to, nigga, I remember thinking about, I used to have a big stutter too, bro. I used to think about, that's not really good for camera. It's good for me making these short videos where I can edit it up. It's not good for live, bro. Let's be very clear. Okay? I remember also thinking about, attractiveness, this and third. They ain't trying to put no fat nigga on camera, bro. Okay? I'm just giving it to you the real, my nigga. Just please don't, like, just take it, because
we all fat though, Ak. We all fat.
No. But hear what I'm trying to say.
Me, Icon Court, No,
hear what I'm saying. I'm speaking directly to you. These things, these things, right, doesn't really tell somebody that's the person you give favor to. If anything, it says, don't give favor to that person. Do you get what I mean? Now, what I'm trying to say to you, I believe that Adam has realized, right, that the how you view things. I'm gonna lie to you. I've always thought that Adam hired you because play this. AD and T-Rel won't be provocateurs. It's like a Charlemagne effect. It's like a me effect. It's like a Star effect. It's like a Wendy Williams effect. They won't be provocateurs because they got to go outside in LA. You might not remember because I hear you be chilling with Crips now, so like you cool now. But when they hired you to say the shit that could get your head knocked off. That's part of it, brother. If you don't want to admit it, I'm telling you what's going on. Hey, Flakko will say what nobody else will say on the staff because we got to go outside and you a Crip, and you in the streets. Flakko could say it. Remember, you weren't having a good time there when it felt like niggas was spitting on you about to violate you, and these are people who became your support base and say, yo, y'all got him over there. I kept even saying, yo, I remember when they had me at Complex, y'all got to protect him. Now we realize you're protected. But if you weren't that, and by the way, Adam is smart. Adam knows, yo, if all the Crip niggas over here ain't gonna say the shit that's gonna make us do what we need to do, what the fuck does it help us? Oh, he'll say it. Yeah, he ain't the best. Yeah, he stutters, but fuck it. We'll do it, and I believe at first you were a crash dummy in their eyes. I'm not saying you were. I don't think you ever try to crash out. In their eyes, you're a crash dummy. I think your loyalty proved that you were down to stick around and you're more company line than the other guys. But I also believe your worth increased more as Adam realized, if you ask me, and I haven't talked to Adam about it, so this is my opinion. Adam has realized that really AD been the boss for the last year and a half. Through gang politics, through anything associated with that ilk, we've never seen Adam beat up. Remember I used to say to Adam, ain't you the boss? We've never seen him being the boss so much till now. He's firing niggas on camera. He's putting niggas in their place. But you know how you become the boss after you've given up the reins to the bunch of gang niggas you brought in the building? You got to get the gang niggas out of the building. Your opinions and how you are, and there's nothing wrong with it, but it is palatable to Adam. And I'm not saying you're not being yourself because you are being yourself. I don't think you're acting at all. I think whatever you say, you definitely believe, which I like. But it's part of the reason why you're still there. And also, I think you're smart enough to know that because when you're asked about these things about whether community this and third, you're going to say what's needed to be said because you know Adam's finna see this. And if you seem like you ain't that loyal, you just seen, I know you just shout out Court and these other people. These are new niggas who's still on their first 2 weeks. They're on a 10-day contract. Adam is at a rebuild point. He'll get rid of you too for a 10-day contract. That's what I was asking you initially about. That perv buster shit has gotten Adam into a whole lot of shit. Who brought the perv buster on? You. What does he feel about you doing that? And how has the conversation and atmosphere been since that? Also, in hindsight, and I'm going to give you 20 seconds and then you could go ahead. Sure. I'll give you 5-10 minutes uninterrupted. Also, since now the conversation has now reignited about Adam with a 16-year-old little girl, since you brought on the perv buster, what is your opinion on Adam, 22, with a 16-year-old? Because, again, it was dead in the water till you brought on the perv buster. Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, we're definitely right. So first of all, let me just address the stuttering thing. Listen, stutter or no stutter act, can none of these new blogging niggas fuck with me? You feel, bro, I'll put myself against all the new niggas that like y'all love. They can't fuck with me. That's a fact. Again, like before No Jumper, I was outperforming all them niggas. That's a fact, right? So again, so in terms of
Flakko, you're smarter than them.
Wait.
You're smarter than them, but you don't talk better than them. Flakko, the only reason I'm cutting you off, bro. The only reason I'm cutting you off is because
these niggas cannot entertain me.
Hold on,
bro. These niggas cannot out, bro. These niggas,
Flakko,
okay, sure.
the only reason I'm cutting you off is this because I was there. You have to work on your craft. That stuttering shit got to get the fuck out of here. I'm telling you.
Even with the stutter, nigga, they can't fuck with me still. Nigga.
No, my nigga, I'm telling you, a nigga who knows how to talk
right now at my base, they can't
around
fuck with me.
No, I'm not saying you have great opinions, but this is part of getting your brand together, and you're a talker now. We don't care about how you look. Nigga, you could be 12,000 pounds. I don't care. But one thing you're going to realize, when you start talking, bro, there's a meme of you be like, yeah, so look, like, you're going to have to get that. Like, again, I used to do the same thing. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you anything that I feel like I was just above you. I'm telling you that I had to listen to my old audio. Oh, shit, I'm doing these things constantly. Oh, shit, when people ask questions rapidly, I start doing the. That's where, that's how you get better. I'm being honest with you. I'm not trying to diss you. I'm telling you I was just like you.
No.
And when you and once you get that out of the way, you're going to be clapping these niggas up. But that's the only thing you got to improve. If you want to lose weight or whatever, just like if I want to lose weight, yeah, you get more sexier. You can get some bitches like listen to you and following you because they want to click on your picture. Cool. But you got to make sure you're a talker. I'm a talker. You got to be able to be nice with them words. Okay, but go ahead, brother.
Yo, act, right? But act like, and I'm the one in like who put myself in speech therapy, right? So one, and I know, right? There's definitely room for improvement, but I'm telling you, nigga, right now as is, stutter, no stutter as is, I was outperforming all these niggas. You feel me, right? Again, these niggas cannot fuck with me. I'm talking about, again, bring any new nigga you want to bring, and on no jumper, right? These niggas would not outperform me. You feel me, right? In terms of entertainment, you feel me, right? In terms of opinion and shit like that, these niggas cannot fuck with me now.
Yo, I got a question.
Nigga, bro, shut up. God damn. Right?
I got a question.
All right,
in terms of the curve busters, right?
Because I didn't talk for a long time. Let him go further. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, so quick question. Is
bro, he said let me go for a bit. And bro, like you still talking.
Yeah, just give him 5 more minutes and then Swigger, you are the next question after him. Okay, go ahead, brother. Go ahead, Flakko.
Listen, he can talk to act after this film, right? Like, I'm done with this nigga, right? So too, in terms of perv busters, bro, like people, it's like, I'm convinced that niggas like don't watch No Jumper, right? Because the perv busters like, and first came on, and they were first invited on and during the White John shit. So when White John, like got like beat up by some like pedo, right? And they were brought on firstly, and it was on for 3 hours. There was no incident whatsoever. You feel me, right? And and everybody loved them. You feel me? So we brought them back the second time, right? For like my stream, because like the one dude's a boxer, right? Feel me, right? So, and they hopped on like, right, like while I was talking about, like the lust shit, right? But the goal was for me to just get through this like lust shit, and then they was gonna, like take us through like the office boxing training, right? So that wasn't like the first time where I'm inviting new niggas and like new guests. No, they were already on for a prior interview. You feel me, right? It was supposed to be me and Adam was supposed to interview them about the White John shit. You feel me, right?
Wait. Adam was supposed to interview the perv buster?
Bruh, act. And there was a viral video, there was a viral video a couple of months ago. Y'all all seen it, where there was this guy called White John, a LA rapper. He got like beat up by a pedophile. Those were the guys who was filming it. So when that happened a couple of months ago, they came on No Jumper the first time for about 3 to 4 hours. There was no incident. Everybody loved them. They came back the second time.
Was Adam on that episode?
They went rogue.
Was Adam on that episode?
He was supposed to be, right? But I think he had like back-to-back interviews, right? You feel me? At like 9 and then at 11, right? So he said, bruh, put them on the news with y'all, you feel me? Right? And just have them talk about it, right? So, and they was there for 3 hours still, you feel me? And there was no incident. So nobody had any clue that they would have done what they would have done when they came back the second time, right? So nobody there could blame me for it, right? Because one is not like I invited some brand new niggas that like nobody knew.
No, that's
They
not
were
true.
already,
Flacco,
right?
no, that's
They were
not true.
already, right?
Flacco, I fuck with you, but
And
that's
they
not
were,
true. That's not true. Put it like this:
okay.
if I'm under hot water right now, right? All right, say I'm Adam. I'm under like people like the core of my employees just dipped on the company, and there's a possible narrative starting about how I'm disloyal to friends, going back from the house phone thing to this. It is very clear and obvious that people want to figure out something to attack me with. Now, if someone brings on, I don't know, like anything, like you should know that's the worst time to bring on anything. Like, all right, for example, you shouldn't bring on Adam does porn, right? He does porn with his girl. You shouldn't bring in somebody who's opposed to porn. Even if they didn't tell you they're going to say Adam is wrong for doing porn, Adam is under attack. Like, you shouldn't bring in anyone that would be somewhat of conflict of nature. And I guess that's where I ask you this question, because that's what I was trying to ask more than the Perv Buster thing. Do you feel like this is a conversation piece that Adam could thrive in discussing, like about the whole 16-year-old thing?
Now, look, so, well, one, I think Adam has like talked about it enough, like to where, bro, at this point is like, if people read it and believe you, then they believe you. Feel me? If they don't, they don't, right? But I personally,
You're acting ignorant though, because a lot of people have never. Hold on, I know what you're saying. You're gonna say everybody knows, but not everybody knows. This has gotten a new audience. Like, for example, every time that they come up with a fake tweet about, yo, Axe said that what was it, Bad Baby had big titties for 16-year-old. I've never said that. That was a hack tweet. But every time it goes viral again, I gotta remind people. Lame, I gotta remind people. Sometimes the audience reminds people. That's what it is. So again, you shouldn't just assume that. And I guess what I'm trying to say is that because now everybody's trying to jump on your employer's head, do you feel like it just doesn't need to have a conversation? Or do you feel like, hey, you have a clarification that you could tell people? Because I have to clarify all the time. Hey, y'all seen that tweet? That wasn't me tweeting. That was a day that mad celebrities was hacked. They hacked me too. I didn't tweet that. I never thought that. Okay? What again, I know you think it's redundant, but what do you believe about this whole 16-year-old thing? Because that's what the people said on the platform of No Jumper that you invited.
here, right? So again, when I seen and read it, I believe exactly what was written. You feel me? Right? Like they talked briefly when she was 16. You feel me? And they stopped talking, and then they like reconnected at 19. Right? So like you know, like so like I don't understand the grand conspiracy. I personally think, bro, like that shit just came about because niggas, one, chose not to read, or two, just don't want to read. You feel me? Or I can't read. You feel me? So like, yeah, you feel me? Like, I believe exactly what was written down.
Okay. Flacco, I'm gonna do
Can I ask Flacco one question?
Wait,
before
hold on,
I go?
wait. I want to do
Because he asked me a question.
Wait, hold on. I want to do him a solid on this, because I don't want you jumping on a sword for someone who isn't you and who probably knows way more about the situation than you. It's okay if you say no comment, but you can't be like giving a defense and kind of doubling that. So I don't know if you heard the Joe Budden interview. What Joe Budden, when he was talking to Adam, he was basically saying, you understand why the majority of people would believe that you're a creep and that you were grooming someone when you spoke to someone at 16, knowing full right that you should not be dealing with that person at that time, and somehow 3 years later, when they're now legal, you're in their bed. It's very hard for people to believe that it just happened to be random, or the algorithms connected you, rather than you were grooming the person while they were underage. Now they're legal, you're fucking them.
Question though.
You
Right?
can say no. You can say no comment. I'll move on. I promise you.
No.
You can say no comment. I'm telling you. I do not want to press you.
Wait. The act though, right?
Go ahead.
Act. Don't you wait? So like, don't you feel though like that's an entirely different conversation, and then Elias has been out there saying, "Yo, Adam, fucking 16-year-old," right? Again, right. So look, that's a very wait, right? So again, that's a very nuanced conversation, but people have taken that and ran with the slander and the lies of Adam fucked a 16-year-old to like just lie to a nigga, right? And they're using that very same quote unquote text or document to confirm that, which is just a lie. So again, that's a nuanced conversation that I have no take for. But let's address though that people lying and saying that paperwork said that Adam fucked a 16-year-old. That's not true.
Why are you jumping on the sword?
Wait,
like,
hold on.
Did we ever jump on the sword for you?
Wait, Flakko. No, Flakko. Wait, hold on. Flakko. No, Flakko. Now, you see, this is why I said I'd rather you just say no comment, because there's multiple things that go into that, right? So not only, okay, granted, there are some people that clearly have misinterpreted that he had sex with that young woman at 16. However, some people believe it's as egregious as grooming her and you having sex with her over age, right? Now, even with that aside, I don't know how much you know about all these things. I talked to Adam about it. And by the way, he's talked later about it too. And he's talked to Joe about it. There are sexual assault allegations from a former person who was with him, who believe that they didn't give consent. So it's very different. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, are you trying to just say, oh, y'all not telling the truth? Or are you trying to defend these allegations? Because I personally believe, I'm not saying I'm over here saying Adam is whatever, but you as somebody who wasn't in the room with them, this and third, you putting your own reputation on the line is only going to come back to bite you. That's what I'm telling you. That's why I give you
but you asked me about something very specific, was the 16-year-old thing. And I gave you my very specific opinion on the 16-year-old thing, which was people are using that document to say that Adam fucked a 16-year-old girl.
All right, hold on.
That document did not say that. That's a lie.
Okay.
Now,
you're right. Hold on, you're right. No,
you're to discuss.
No, you're right. But here's the thing. If you invite somebody named the Perv Buster on your platform, even if you didn't fuck a 16-year-old, but you talked to and basically rocked them to sleep till they were 18 or 19, then you fucked them, that is pervy behavior. That's the same point.
That's predatory.
You don't think so?
Lil Pump getting his dick sucked. Lil Pump was 16 years old.
Yeah, I'm not trying to have this conversation really, but I'm trying to see how much are you willing to jump on the sword, rather than just say. Honestly, I asked you this question to think that I thought you were gonna say, bro, I didn't know too much about it. Everything I heard, he never fucked a kid. I invited a guy on. We've invited this guy on before. Oh, I didn't know it was going to go like that. It feels like you're defending it to a T, and I don't want to come with all the details.
Wait though. But you asked me about, right? And you asked a very direct question and very specific was about that particular document. I gave you my opinion. Now, if you are asking me about, like, did I know that, like, these things were out there or going on when the Perv Busters came the first and second time? No. But you asked me something very specific. I gave you a specific answer. And now, like...
What question did I ask you? Let me see if you remember.
Yeah, right. So look, and you asked me about, like, what's your opinion about Adam and the 16-year-old? I said, listen, my opinion is what I read, and I believe it, which is, they talked, stopped talking, and came back at 19 years old. Now,
okay, do you think he groomed her? Okay, he didn't fuck her at 16, but do you think he participated in some type of grooming of that 16-year-old, which would also, in my opinion, be considered weird? I don't know if you consider it weird, but now I'm asking you.
Listen, so again, bro, like, my knowledge of that, bro, is just from that particular document. I haven't had... right? And I haven't had no conversation outside of that with anybody, right? So and all I know, bro, is he said they stopped talking at 16 and started talking again at 19 years old, like through Facebook, right? So again, if he's saying they had no contact, I can only take that man's word for it unless there's proof otherwise.
So you're saying that you don't believe it's grooming, you believe it's just luck.
I believe what was said until there's proof to say otherwise.
Okay. All right. Hey,
Yo, Flakko,
can I ask my last question?
Bro, I'm
No,
not talking to you niggas, man. Feel me?
what
Talk
about
to
the Lil
yourself, bro.
Pump situation?
But you came to our don't.
Hold on,
What do
Flacco.
you mean you're
I've
not
been nothing but
talking?
respectful to you, and
Act,
you
act,
act differently
Everybody
when
else
I had the
just,
right to
Wait,
ask
wait,
you a
wait, hold
question.
on, wait, hold on,
bro,
wait, wait,
it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 niggas. Bro, I'm
wait,
just
hold
talking
on,
to you
yeah,
niggas. You
yeah,
feel me,
wait,
man? Like,
wait,
talk to
wait,
yourself.
hold on,
So you
wait, wait,
defend white men, but you disrespect black men on this
wait, wait,
platform.
hold
That's
on,
crazy, bro.
wait, wait, wait.
Down.
Let's keep it
You niggas is
respectful.
fucking different.
Wait, wait, wait. Hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
behaviors.
hold on.
That's crazy.
Let's keep it respectful. Let's keep it respectful. Like we do value Flacco coming over here and speaking with us. Flacco, I guess what they're trying to throw into the air, they're like, well, now since you comment on public things, we've heard stuff that Lil Pump has said. Have you factored that into any decision making or any context that you would consider?
Bro, one, right? So I'm not even sure like exactly like which like pump shit, right? Feel me? Like niggas is even like.
You want me to restate
talking
it?
about-
Lil Pump said when he was
or-
16 years of age, he was going around on tour with Adam. Those videos are still on No Jumpers YouTube. You could access it because you're also on that channel. And apparently Pump says that the 16-year-old girls or groupies, I shouldn't call them groupies because they were young kids at that time. He said he was having sex with, but he was obviously like 16, 15. And he believes that Adam was having sex with. Again, I'm not trying to hold you to the fire, but you seem like you're a defense attorney, so I'm going to throw it to you.
Wait. Question, right?
Hold on.
Hold on, Flacco. Not even that.
Can I comment?
Adam,
Okay, go ahead.
Adam was recording Lil Pump getting head by a 16-year-old, and he was sitting on the bed.
Wait, that ain't happening. Whoa. Chill. We got to keep factual. That ain't happening. Come on.
That is a fact. No, it's a fact. The video's out there.
There's no video like that. Stop me. I'll check.
That's no act. I'm not even lying.
There is a video out, but we
Where's
don't know
the video,
how
Warrior?
old she was.
The video's out there. It was on No Jumper version 2.
We don't know how old, bro. Pump was
No,
fucking
it was
grown women at
during
time.
that tour. It was during that tour. He was still underage.
But
Yeah,
boom,
he was fucking grown women
boom.
too,
Even
bro.
if Lil Pump was 16 fucking grown women, that's a whole completely different conversation.
At the end of the day, you still was.
All right. Okay. Flacco. Again, I'm just trying to say, I know, by the way, I don't invite you on here to fucking throw Adam under the bus. I also just want to think of yourself, and it's okay to say, bro, listen, no comment. I'll look into it. Nigga, I'm trying to give you the TikTok CEO answers. Like, you seem to be doubling down like, nope. Like, yo, I'm giving you the out, bro. I'm giving you the out.
But act though, I don't need an out for the first. Again, for the first question, I actually read the document, so I can speak on that. Like these new random accusations that like if these niggas is thrown out there, bro. I haven't even I'm tapped into those, right? So like now, how can I even speak on it when?
Okay, so let me ask you a hypothetical question. If Adam was a grown man and recorded a 16-year-old getting fellatio by another young child, which also is 16, what would you say of, let's say not Adam, any person who did that, what would you say about that person?
I'm not gonna entertain any type of hypotheticals or
Wow, that's crazy.
All right.
No, hold on. Yeah. By the way, Flacco.
Wait, right?
I just want to ask my question.
Again, right? Niggas is just thirsty to just chime in. So again, until I am well read on these particular accusations that these random niggas are throwing out, I can't even comment on it. Now, I commented on the one thing that I was well read on, which was that one specific situation. Now, these other random shit that these niggas is just throwing out their ass, I can't comment on it because this is my first time hearing it from you niggas.
Hold on, Flacco. I wasn't trying to do a gotcha moment. I'm not into that. What I was just trying to say to you is that you're an employee of No Jumper. Don't be AD. So AD has now realized that he used to be jumping out like, yo, what's up? What's that problem with him? It's okay to say, yo, I work with Adam. I don't think he's weird. I've never seen nothing, but that's all I know. And I'm done. I don't have to comment on any other thing. When you choose to be his defense attorney, by the way, I've invited Adam to get on here and talk to me. Adam was he was busy one time, and then it wasn't the best moment for him to talk about other things. You're the person who's here. You don't got to play defense attorney. Okay, I'm pretty sure you're not gonna lose your job. Just be like, nigga, I don't know nothing about nothing. Hey, I thought you were gonna get on here and be like, all I know, I didn't invite people to set add them up. I didn't know about these things and shit. Whatever he responded to it, that's what he responded to. I have no I have no horse in the race, but it seems like you're almost trying to like defend it, which now people are gonna put it on you. I'm just warning you about that. I'm not trying to do a gotcha moment. That's why everybody's following up with questions. Like, I'm giving you the out. I'm literally giving you the out. Like, you could literally just be like, yo, bro, I just don't know. But the more you say is, nah, I'm commenting on this. Well, if you comment about him possibly having sex with a 16-year-old, people are going to be like, well, okay, cool. He didn't do that, but maybe he groomed a 16-year-old. Is that bad? And then if you said, okay, cool, that didn't happen. Well, what about him filming Lil Pump? Is that bad? That's the thing. So I'm giving you some hopeful gems that you could realize you don't have to go to war for your employer. You get what I mean? You don't have to throw him under the bus neither. Nobody's saying you should come up here and throw him under the bus. That'd be very dumb. Okay, obviously because you work there. If anything, you should be like, hey, y'all got to talk to Adam about that. Hey, I don't know. Shit, I'm trying to figure this shit out too. Y'all talk to Adam. That's all you need to say.
You remember when 6ix9ine and all them Bushwick niggas came to the podcast and they said, nah, 6ix9ine the only rat that they jacking? Flakko like, man, that's the only one of them that they jacking with Adam.
Nah, don't play. Nah, don't do that. Nah, don't do that. Flakko, nah, I ain't gonna let him do
that. 6ix9ine update?
Nah.
Let me just clear. I don't got no bad blood with Flakko. Flakko, I'm gonna give you some advice because you know what I'm saying. I'm from here. What you did was a fireable offense, but Adam couldn't fire you at the time. And even you said yourself, you're not the top person over there on No Jumper.
Yo, Mo Facts.
So what?
Mo Facts. I'm glad Facts is in your name, nigga, because you speaking facts. I thought to myself, yo, that nigga want to fire Flakko so bad, but he can't. Go ahead,
right.
Keep talking.
So subconsciously, Flakko, could it be that you're being extra loyal to him now because you know you fucked up? Literally, saying because you should have handled it a lot better. Saying shut it down right then. You kept entertaining it. So I just asked you one, like it's a rhetorical question, but it's to make you think. And the way Adam looks at it is like the dude said at casino. Either you're too dumb to have this job or you were in on it. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh.
That's how Adam looks at it. Because I'm going to tell you like this. Adam comes from a family of Democratic operatives. And one thing about Democrats is they don't accept disloyalty from black people. You're on his list. It might not be for this, but you're on his list. And soon as he finds the next Flakko, like he replaced you, AD with you, he's going to replace you with somebody else. And I'll land my plane there. Thank you again for giving the platform. And I'm gonna hop off here.
Hey, Mofax, please save this Discord. Make sure you listen. I need great debate partners with different point of views. I like people challenging me. I like people calling me out. Like it makes me. I get to mentally spar and also sharpen my iron. And I would love. This is why I always invite Blaze and Chula to come back. I like the opinions you've put down and how you've said it. Even if I don't agree with all of them, that makes it that we could debate and that the audience could be like, okay, I see this and third. So appreciate you. Anybody else want to jump in? Because we're not. By the way, we're not gonna just jump on Flakko. We're also trying to advance shit too.
I got a whole different subject. Yeah, I wanted to change your act. I wanted your advice on something real quick.
Go ahead.
All right, so.